Hello, welcome to PUTINWORKTV.
Alright.
We have enjoyed watching your journey and growth as an artist / creator in the New England scene and really want to hear more about your story. Our focus is allowing our guests to tell their story without judgment or opinion, front and center. So let's dive straight the fuck in, bro. How did it all begin? That's the first question. Where does it come from?
It come from, maybe I was just trying something out. I was fucking with it, and then it turns out I ended up being good at it. So, but just naturally, the things that I like and the things that I love, I'm gonna just put my everything into. You know what I'm saying? Very 0 to 100 like that. So, man, I just got into it like a little after high school and shit like that. Kind of a late bloomer, as compared to like all my other friends that everyone started when they was like 13, 14, 15.
So supposedly you caught on late.
Yeah, around 19, 20.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like at that age you're more seasoned.
I feel like, I mean, in some cases, like a lot of people that have been doing music, like a lot, let me not even say a lot of people, a lot of my friends that have been doing music for longer periods of time, I've accomplished, I don't even want to say more, just it happened in a shorter span of time. But obviously because I also got to learn from people that was doing this for a lot longer than me, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to just navigate a little differently. And just my thoughts on what I wanted to see out of this shit started changing faster. So even as a baby in this music shit, still am, you know what I'm saying? But even as like when I first started, I just got to meet different creative people offering crazier perspectives on how to get shit done, you know what I'm saying? So I was blessed with that shit. So I was able to just get a lot of work done as far as like finding myself creative.
You know what you did there is you learned from other people's mistakes before you made them. You know how you have the expression and learn from your mistakes, but what if you can skip the step and then you're watching others, they're offering you perceptions that you've never heard of, and you still avoid mistakes that they made, but they made it up. So it's like you're taking a step further.
I say
playing
like
a couple moves on the chessboard to not do it yourself when you first start.
Yeah, I say I probably did that. You know what I'm saying? Because I still make mistakes, and that's just human nature, though. You know what I'm saying? And it comes with it. Because at the same time, everyone gave me the space to grow. So it's not like they're holding my hand, telling me verbatim, this is how it goes, but just what I was able to perceive. You know what I'm saying? And kind of take from their game and attach to mine.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But that's vice versa. So I'm giving just as much as, you know what I'm saying, as I'm taking. It's reciprocal.
I want to ask you, what was it like growing up where you're from?
Growing up, I did a lot of moving around. So I feel like I don't really got like a sense of staying grounded. I mean, I guess because my, you know what I'm saying, shout out my mom, she always made it feel like home. So but just whatever, you just pick up shit as you go, kind of like a nomad, you know what I'm saying? And then when I kind of settled down for like high school and shit like that, and in Framingham, that shit was cool. So you know what I'm saying, and then transferred to a private school. And that shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was just.
What's private school like to you?
Weird. Nah, it's wild.
What's weird?
Bro. It's wild. Shit's just Yo, shit is just crazy because it's like one thing when you have public school, not everybody got money, especially like all your friends, you know what I'm saying? Just the life we live, nigga. So what was fun is we outside doing different shit, nigga, like stealing bikes, nigga. We going to the mall, nigga. What's up, chopping with women and shit like that, like going, doing all types of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Crazy shit, just like kids would. But then you go over to like private school and you doing shit with kids that got money. So you know what I'm saying? They got cars and shit. Shit you doing is just different. Like, yo, we trying to do something. All right, fuck it. We going to drive all the way over to this town. We gonna link with these people. They having a party over here. So now just in the crib is big. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember in psychology class, it was kids. It was this. I remember turning around seeing a kid like snorting some coke off the psychology textbook, nigga. Niggas looked at me like I was tripping. Like, what? What are you looking at? I was like, hey, yo.
You think this is you're not normal?
Yeah. That shit was crazy.
Did that fuck with your morality?
Nah, cause I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And even when I didn't completely, I kind of had solid intuition as far as like that's just not some shit I'm trying to get into.
So you kept your integrity?
Yeah, cause like nigga, what they got going on ain't got shit to do with me, but at the same time, it's just nutty. Like shit is just crazy like that. Like I remember in high school we was having parties. One of my friends, shout out Sabrina, her motherfucking. I'm not even gonna say who her pops was, but politically, you know what I'm saying. It was some yeah. So regardless, he was out of town. Having big ass parties, nigga. 300, 400 kids, nigga, from all different towns, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's private school too. It's kids not only from just one city. It's kids from all over. So suburban wise, you just reaching mad different towns. But it's like cool connecting wise if you understand that at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Building your network.
Yeah.
And not discriminating.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. But that's something you understand later, because at the time, no.
Only reason why I said that is because some of us get around other people and absorb them and lose ourselves. If you know what I'm
definitely. Now, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely doing some things in private school.
You know what I mean? We'll move on from that.
Nah, I mean.
So how was music an impacting force in your life? How did it change it? Alter is the right word. Alter to me.
I mean, I feel like
it changed the trajectory of your life.
Just started being myself. So it was less, you know what I'm saying, just trying to fit in. It was more just trying to do me. So then after that, I just took it and run with it, because that was a place where like word, ain't no one telling me what they do here, and I'm just
pure expression.
Yeah, getting to it. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was smooth.
That's beautiful. So it's like, from that, what did you want to give to your audience? Like, if we were to check you out, your discography, it's like, what can I grab from Cashus Night? Lit vibes, R&B, or things that make me think about something I never thought about. What does that look like for you?
My food on the way. But nah, I'll tell you, nigga, I feel like my goal in my music is to just put you in the same place that I'm in. So it's kind of just, each song is like a portal, like a ripple in time. You know what I'm saying?
There's that
so
word.
You go fuck with, you know what I'm saying, like a just a time stamp. It's
you want to make it memorable.
Yeah, if that's what you fuck with, then yeah, I think it would be memorable, because the bond would just be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fuck with that, I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? That energy, that roan that we get right there. Yeah, we turn now, so it's lit, and that's how I feel like I can connect to my audience. You know?
So that's what you try to give your audience with your music. So then how do you even get into that place in the first place? What's your creative process? And what you learn from it?
I just be there. My creative process is it's transformed in many different ways. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't be a fucking robot. Just got to do things and constantly keep creating. And that's definitely, but again, I'm telling you, I've been blessed to know some like really creative people. So they was constantly pushing me to try different shit. Like, they'll definitely tell me some shit is like not it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was hella cocky, like off rip. just me being me. I'm like, nigga, I'm nice. Niggas like,
I
yo,
think
chill.
cocky means supreme confidence.
It was supreme confidence because I knew where I was headed, and I think niggas felt me on that. Like they know I could end up being fly doing what I'm trying to do, but you know what I'm saying. At the same time, I still gotta put in my work. So like, let's not overdo it here before you start your growth. You feel me? So it's essential to have real niggas that keep you grounded. But even at the same time, they was always challenging me, and I was challenging myself. Plus they're nice.
Right.
So I don't never want to be last, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm trying to be better than all of y'all. So we just teeing up just like that.
How do you feel about artists who feel the pressure of having to conform to a certain sound just to get on and not try to spend time actually finding what their sound is?
Bruh, your sound is your sound. Just stop like, I feel like it's something you really get caught up in early. Kind of just gotta eliminate all that shit. Trying to find your sound. Once you have it, niggas gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna walk in, niggas gonna be like, yo, that was fire. Like, that's the shit you make. I like this, like the textures. You know what I'm saying? And self-awareness is great, and that's not what I'm saying. But I'm also saying like, but once you have the destination in mind, you just need it. It's cool. You just don't worry about that now. Like, you just gotta worry about the shit in between. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all gonna be there. Your sound, your discography, your tours, your merch is all gonna be there. So if that's the end goal, now we need to figure out what we're doing in between. So if don't worry about your sound, just keep cooking, creating over and over again. And sometimes you gonna keep throwing shit at the wall, shit not gonna work, and then you gonna find it. And then it's like, my man's told me when I first started this shit, it's all new beginnings every time. You know what I'm saying?
Those are portals too, because every time you failed, you went somewhere.
Yeah, you like, fuck. But when you got it, if you got that resolve, and plus, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't feel like you ain't want to quit this shit before, then you wasn't going hard enough, because this shit's...
It'll make you mad.
Right, you know? Like, when you're giving yourself to it like that, yeah, that shit'll fuck your whole day up. Maybe a week. Yeah,
Free fucking game.
Yeah, so...
Hey, that actually answers one of my questions. I'm gonna ask you, what do you wish you would have known before you started doing music? But it sounds to me like a lot of the things that maybe somebody might have pulled you aside and told you about music, you ended up finding out on yourself since you started late. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just gotta... I mean, I feel like that's a natural progression. That's just the journey. Like the regular shit you'd want to see, you know? Just don't be... I mean, it's a balance in life. But you gonna know. As long as you're aware of your life, you gonna know who's shitting on you. And you gonna know who got your best interests at heart. Because there's a difference between criticism and just straight hating. You know what I'm saying? And so don't sit there and let niggas just like fuck your whole session up and talk bad about you and start just ripping you apart. Like, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, get to a space where you can create for yourself, but also take that criticism. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's only gonna help you. Without that shit, you're not gonna. You know what's that? The chamber, iron sharpen iron. Without the clashing, without the motherfucking
the competition,
the trials and tribulations of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the competition. Because I was seeing my friends open up for like bigger artists and shit like that, and doing crazy shows and putting tours together and different music packages and label shit, and I'm just nowhere near that level. You know what I'm saying? I'm just now getting there, so where my shit is like, I'm thinking about it in that depth. But still, I was trying my hardest, like wherever I could. 50 Cent said that in his book, man, you just do shit. Like, you ever feel stagnant? Just start doing shit. Motion. Just start creating it, man. Just don't be a robot. Don't freeze up.
Forget. So how does your personal life and your creative process interfere? Where does it's like, okay, music doesn't have to be an outside force in your life where you go into it like work and it is kind of a job in a sense, but you know, people sometimes have that mind where they separate, all right, this is my character, this is who I am, this is what makes me money, and this is my personal life. All the people who know me by blood, all the people who knew Cashus Night before he became anybody to anybody.
Yeah, nah. This music is your life, honestly. Like if you go, I mean, again, do this shit to the extent where like you feel happy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that sometimes get lost because niggas can make a cool 100K from music, you know what I'm saying? Just doing shit the right way and be chilling, like feed your family and be hanging out, niggas, not having too much where it's people harassing you outside, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a dangerous game to want as much as we want, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot to handle at the same time, but heavy is the head that wear the crown, so you got a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? If you trying to really make power moves and change shit, and that's what we are, it's like revolutionary shit.
It's like taking a step towards what we actually ever really wanted to do, but putting your foot down.
Yeah, so you gotta really put your everything into it. So you can't really just be playing around out here.
What would you tell somebody who's looking to start their careers and to get, I wouldn't say get to where you're at, but to get to the point where they're comfortable dropping music, they're comfortable promoting it. You know that feeling of just starting sometimes for anything? It could be about posting something.
Yeah.
It could be sending a video to somebody, or even daring to invite somebody to something you're doing and for them to see you in a different light, in a different zone, a different mode. Or, you know, posting a first YouTube video. You see what I'm saying? It's because you have to start. Once you get past the hardest part of anything, it becomes easier. So what would you tell somebody?
You got it?
No. I didn't even see no. You should re-ask that question.
Huh?
You should re-ask the questions because I don't want to fuck with the continuity.
Yeah, it's all good, but he's coming up in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just you can keep it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's open? Appreciate it.
Alright, but yeah, I don't know if you could chop this up, but I understand your question.
No, I'll just say it one more time just for the sake of it. What would you tell somebody who's looking to start their careers and get to where you're at? And not necessarily get to where you're at, but get to a place where they're okay posting something or getting past the hardest part, which is starting something right for the first time, putting themselves out there to the rest of the world.
I tell them, bro, you just gotta work. Don't overthink the shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't overthink about any means. You just get you have that vision in your head and you set that shit up. Just get to it.
Money.
However you see it happen in your head, and I know it's a very obscure thing, but that's why, like, in order for you to keep your integrity in this shit, you really gotta know what you want. Know what I mean? Or else you can find yourself in a lot of situations.
What do you mean?
Like,
expand on that.
Bro, you just gotta know what you want, dead ass, all the way through and through. So it takes a lot of time to see the opportunities that are there for you. You understand what I'm saying?
To see what even different doors you can walk into.
Right. In situations,
and see what type of person you become.
Right.
Okay.
And see over time how shit changes people. You gotta know what you want, because at the end of the day,
I think you're saying something here. I'm trying to really get you to.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, like, once you know what you want, everything else will figure itself out. Otherwise, your journey could get swayed in different directions just by hanging on to someone else's ideals a little too much. Or
how'd you figure that out?
Fucking, nigga, just the people I've been able to see, and just the way real spill. It's like I've had friends like fuck around, turn around and say like I was biting their style, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Your own friends.
Yup. And that's what made me start producing.
To prove to yourself.
That nigga, I did this. You're not about to try to. And so that's why I'm saying you got to know what you want. You got to know the type of work that you want to put in, because this is sacrifice, and that's like one of the lessons that taught me. Like, oh, nigga, some of you was rocking a whole way could just turn around and be like, oh, like, yeah, you jacking my style or whatever. Like, nah, okay, bet. So I'm gonna just do my own thing. I'm gonna figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm becoming an individual.
Yeah, so now you can't take that shit away from me. And that's why I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, certain conversations you might have with your friends that you feel are just a little bit over the edge. It's not complete criticism. Maybe they're hating. Maybe they might be a little like self-conscious. You know what I'm saying? They start getting anxiety from hearing about the things that like the shit you're doing and what they can accomplish. Like, that shit is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've kicked people out.
They transfer the fear.
Yo. I've kicked people out of my crib for, like, starting to question me, like, the police, because they just ain't believe, like, the shit niggas was doing for the people I was meeting, the things I was seeing, you know what I'm saying?
That reaction will tell you
like
they
shook.
can't handle it.
Like, they got a song, I'm not even, you know what?
You shouldn't.
Right.
But
because
I know your truth.
Not me. But like it's like crazy. I've had people. I've had people start panicking, like, on some spiritual shit, start tweaking. Like, I hear a lot of someone hit me. I hear a lot of angel numbers in your music. Like, if you're talking about me, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They were like, fuck you, like, you can't steal my ideas, like, I did everything. Mind you, like, I didn't even, like, that person was just, like, came around, like, to a couple of video shoots and just, like, you know what I'm saying? Just saying shit. It's wild. You really gotta know what you want, bro. The energies and spiritualities of this world. Yeah, because just as great as your situation can be, you know what I'm saying, as positive as the situation can be, it's also as negative as the situation can be. So, like, you gotta be on your P's and Q's as far as who's around doing the shit, like when you doing the shit you do, you know what I'm saying? Because that energy makes
when you're weak.
Yeah, that vulnerable,
It creeps.
And that shit could that energy being around you, nigga, that shit could turn into crazy shit.
You said it at first. It was when you said, when they started to question. As men, we gotta be strong in our ideals, in our morals, in our principles, things we stick to by law. Because once they falter, we're weak. Once they falter, we're vulnerable. Once you get you in that state of seduction, you lose control and lust takes over.
Facto.
But what is that? A miniature slip of everything you hold dear.
All it take, yo, happen fast, nigga.
And that's the consequence. Because listen, when you're a kid and you go to the store, if you're looking for candy and it's $4 and you got $3.25, you try to give them $3.25, you can't buy it. Mm-hmm. So you're faced with reality immediately.
Right.
You know the consequences of life.
Or you steal the shit. And then it starts to, but you're gonna pay the price, right? So you pay a spiritual price for everything you're doing. Of course.
When you're in the studio, you're sacrificing your time to achieve your dream. But you're paying the price of being and getting into that state, into making the best music you can that expresses you to the rest of the world.
So right, which goes back to the thing of separating, like, how do you jump into the mode of, like, life and being an artist. Like, nigga, it's all the same shit. And that's how you never lose that inspiration or writing.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Just said it. You just said it.
Like, it's all the same shit.
Right.
So as long as you speaking on your experience of what's going on in this life, and you're living you're
actually doing. Like in
right,
life,
right. Then you're
doing.
cool. You always have shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? You'll be aware of what you got going on.
I feel like, because once you are aware, you can express it because you're actually saying things that you can say, but you have your own sound. Mm-hmm. So I want to segue into, there's a cliche question, where do you see yourself? I want to give it a little twist and say, what do you see yourself becoming? As you said, life and art is the same thing. So what do you see yourself becoming in the next 5 years? What man do you decide to be?
Just the phone. You can put it up. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I just don't want to be in the camera. Alright. Can you ask that question again, please?
So, I don't like to say where do you see yourself. I said, what do you see yourself becoming in the next 5 years? Because life and art is the same as you mentioned. And it's important to see what you think you can become.
Next 5 years, I could be the biggest artist ever. Fact though. You know what I'm saying? Or becoming that. I feel like in the next 5 years, it'll definitely be noticeable. Cause
you believe in yourself.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what I'm saying? I also believe this about a few of my peers as well. So it's a very you just gotta stay in your lane and be you. You know what I'm saying? What Bill Belichick said. That nigga said, know your job, do your job. Nigga, stay in your fucking lane.
See?
As long as you do what you supposed to do, we all win. You feel me? So as long as I stay in my mentality and I stay in my bag and go as hard as I can, while still, you know what I'm saying, keeping my integrity and my fucking watching out for my dogs, we good, then we gonna do exactly what we're supposed to do. But I feel like I'm gonna be the biggest artist ever, you know what I'm saying? So
Stamp that shit right now.
yeah, there's no short.
And where do you see the New England scene going in the next 5 years? Can it finally fall into the break? I'm talking about kick the fucking door down on the damn industry.
Yo,
what's gonna happen in your opinion?
That's what I'm saying though. I'm saying everybody just gotta do what they supposed to do. And
tell me more about that.
Cause New England seems about to go crazy, bro. I think, cause we don't. I just see from what I see now, from my time starting out this music when I first got into Boston and what niggas was on, to what we're doing now is incredible. Cause now everyone.
It's like a big change.
It's cool cause everyone is kind of in the know of certain information that we should be in the know of. And now we're starting to share certain things and find certain spaces. You know what I'm saying? Again, life is balanced, so it always got the
pendulum swings.
You know what I'm saying?
Way.
Always.
Okay.
That's just coming back around.
All the things that didn't work have swung around to become the best and the most valuable lesson we've all learned.
Absolutely.
To make the creative process work.
Because now it's lit, bro. It's like when you. It's like athletes when you know what I'm saying, when you playing a sport and
when they get in the zone.
But look, it's like when another person on your team is nicer to you or they get more attention to you, you know what I'm saying? And there's two ways to think about that shit. You know, one, you could just be a fucking loser and just start hating on niggas, you know what I'm saying? And just damn, salty as shit, which is still natural human feelings.
What has been the hardest, the most difficult, the recurring obstacle, the impediment, the downfall of your journey as an artist?
I don't know. That's a lot of information to release. Someone that don't like me might hear that shit, but I'm gonna say this.
What a reason.
Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Can't give up no crazy shit, but here's this. This whole shit is just, it's ups and downs. Always. Now, in life in general, there's certain things that there's certain battles that you don't see constantly. And that's just you seeing you in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that you don't fuck with about yourself that's that's gonna constantly, like, as life progresses, it's just gonna show itself in a different form until you completely conquer that shit and eliminate it. Some things we can't get over. You know what I'm saying?
That's game. So that's the things that always come back that people say, why this again? Like the things we know, right? If you don't take care of it, it manifests in a different form.
It's the little things, bro. The times that we're like, nah, this shit won't. Fuck it up.
This won't hurt me. I'll sacrifice.
Shit find you. It's just crazy like that. But sometimes they're in grave situations. Sometimes they're in not so grave situations. It's all the same shit. It just depends on what you look at it. Because the worst situation might not be the worst situation.
So it's the intent.
Yeah, you just gotta be there with yourself. Cause shit is crazy in this life. So discipline, I feel like, is the only thing that gets you there, and it's tough. So the shit I'm saying is like easier said than done. But over time, you know what I'm saying? It's panning out for the long run. So
because you put so much in, because you did.
I mean, nigga, just think about the life we gotta live after 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still mad life to live. You got, like, you chilling, you done did the shit you wanna do. You know what I'm saying? You still look good and you shit. You black, fuck going on, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's still mad life to live. There's a whole different side of shit that you gotta look forward to. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna get old and wise.
Yeah.
Old and wise.
So you gotta be prepared for that. Like, you gotta get to it. You gotta save your money. You gotta work for that. You gotta build certain characteristics for that. Cause you just gotta limit yourself after.
What would you say your most braggadocious moment has been in your entire career? I'm talking about the story you want to tell when you get around little cousins. The story you might throw out there when you with a little John and she's feeling you just want to show her who you was.
Hell no.
Real quick.
I ain't one of them niggas. Cause
no, I'm already. We you know.
Nah,
so.
I mean, I'll say it like this. Yeah, again, I don't know. I view things crazy, right? Cause I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago, the position that I'm in right now, that was like my dream, like to be able to record and make the type of music that I want, to be able to motherfucking shoot a music video, to know the people I know, you know what I'm saying? So even in the biggest shit, even if I've done crazy shows or met cool people and whatnot, they're all still just humans, just like me. So you know what I'm saying?
With the same respect.
Yeah, but also at the same time, I try not to treat situations too big. You know what I'm saying? Cause this shit,
you don't take shit personally.
Yeah. Like I just want to express the gratitude for being in this situation now and what it is. Cause someone else could see this and this is like their everything, and they could die peacefully. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's just something we came here to do. This is just the life we live. Like, like I'll say this: when I first started off, we had to connect to make it to like the W hotel over in Boston and shot a music video, and it's mad old white hoes in there, but they not old.
Damn.
They like some good looking women. I'm not gonna lie, they all had they was like doctors and shit like that. Had their own money, and that's just what they do. Like, they hang out with rich people and, you know what I'm saying, do their thing, and yada. Like, the shit look funny as hell, honestly. Like, and I just always think about one of those situations, like the whole day we were shooting on like crazy amount of camera equipment, like wearing like some of the nicest spots in Boston. Like, there's people pulling up to put me in fashion. Like you know what I'm saying? Is older women on me, like on my body. Let me take you home, little nigga. Like, hey, get off me, lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, word. Like, but that shit is just mad funny, cause like
you wouldn't expect that to happen.
and that video was like cool. It wasn't. And that's the crazy part, right? That's not even my favorite like time I've ever had. It was a crazy experience. Someone would have seen that and just been like, damn, like that's how you living right now? Like, nah, it's just life, nigga. Just right, but everyone's always used to bad shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the thing.
So when great shit happen, they're like, unbelievable, nigga.
Yes.
Like, nah, it's believable. It
can happen.
Easy.
But it's because their reality is broken so bad.
Yeah.
That they think they'll never fix it.
Yeah, so it's the energy you live in that you know what I'm saying?
It's almost like it's two laws. If you don't take it, you have to not take it personal, and you have to know it's not permanent.
Yeah.
If you don't get those two things straight, you'll never have conviction.
Right. So you just get, you're right. So you can't, nigga, it's not no time to,
you know what I mean?
It's not no time to stand stagnant. Like the water's still flowing. So you
Ever. Because you're gonna get knocked down.
Yeah.
So you know it. It's not personal.
Right.
And it's not permanent.
Mm-hmm.
You got resolve, just like you said.
Word though.
And my last question for you is, what are some of your guiding forces? Some people are very spiritual. Some people are very religious. Some people look at morals, principles almost like God. They stick to laws, right, and principles, and that's how they live. And they don't believe none of that woo-woo, and they call it certain names, and they don't, nothing is outside of them. It's their own will is how they live their life. So for you, what is it? What is the guiding force?
Spiritually, I've gone through like mad crazy journeys as far as what I think is and isn't. You know what I'm saying?
So the way you look at the world has completely shifted.
Always. But that's the one thing we can count on in this world. Always is change. So.
That's change is forever.
Yeah, it's
that's the only thing we have.
That motherfucker permanent. Shit going
That's
down. Like it's lit. You know what I'm saying? Like
imagine, and change isn't tangible. It isn't predictable.
Right. So
but it comes regardless.
Exactly. So if you you know what I'm saying? I've challenged a lot of things just to see. I've looked into certain beliefs and ideals, just trying to figure out what is that guidance? You know what I'm saying? Where's that compass? You know what I'm saying? Which one is the right one? Because I seen people in church telling me this the right one, and they, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be like them.
They wouldn't fathom another reality.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be like them at all, nigga. You know what I'm saying? There's people I see living you know what I'm saying? Again, just their life, or life opposite to that. And there's parts of them that I can see that's like incredible, and I feel like the world might need more. You know what I'm saying? So
double-edged sword.
And that's what this whole shit is. You know what I'm saying? Some altercation going on outside. Someone getting beat up. You help someone. You know what I'm saying? You stop someone from getting beat up. But now some other person feels this way about you beating them up. You know what I'm saying? It's residual effects is what I'm saying. So like you like before I get too deep into that,
it's consequences.
You just never know. So one person you might be a hero. Like, thank you. You stopped that person from beating me up.
Another person.
So that other person, you're like, what the you doing? That person just did me dirt. You know what I'm saying? So like you just got to be.
You're dealing with different characters.
Yeah. So have boundaries in your life. Have boundaries in your life, and don't put yourself.
Stick by it.
Yeah, don't put yourself in everyone's situation, and don't have everyone in your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta have boundaries.
Affect everybody with your bullshit.
Yeah. So when you asking for help, and when you giving for help, or when you giving help, when you asking for help, or when you giving help,
know when.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure that shit is within yourself. So like, don't be the type of person, you want to go help someone, and you go all out and forget about yourself. Because I know there's other people counting on you. Yourself included. You know what I'm saying? So don't fuck around like that.
Because that's how you get stuck. That's how you get fucked up.
And when you asking for help, like, you can't take too much, bro. Because then that well is dry. And if
always.
You know what I'm saying?
Shut off to you.
Right.
Because they can't trust.
So you need to keep yourself at a, like, in our ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Cashus Night, you are observant, man. Thank you for
Gotta
coming
be
to
smooth.
Put in Work TV.
Already,
You
nigga.
dropped too much game. I don't want you to drop any more. If you talk any longer, you gonna end up sharing your philosophy in the world. I don't know if you're ready. It's the first interview.
Nah,
We
word,
gonna
nigga. Nah,
You know what
we
I
gonna
mean?
chill, bro.
Zopali. So, thank you for coming to Put in Work TV, man. Talk your shit. I want to say thank you for valuing our space and coming to spend your time. And you've been able to talk to the world and let them know what's inside and ahead of yours. And to show them that you're more than just a musician or an artist, that you're a person with beliefs. And you know, who knows, we know change is inevitable. Maybe you just changed somebody today.
Hopefully I did, bro. It's Cashus motherfucking night. Thank you for rocking with me and thank you for just listening to, you know what I'm saying, my views on the world. So, with that being said, nigga, put in work all day, every year, because